Mortal, have you called that devil location and checked in on the little one? Good, that makes me happy to hear. Tell me, Mortal, how long would it take us to reach my daughter? That long? For the love of all things me, humans really need to upgrade their travel methods. Though, to be fair, that does mean that I get to point and laugh at Ignis. It seems I'm not the only god having issues. What? What's with that look on your face? You're curious about what? Something interesting about me. Mortal, you're sitting next to a god. You'll have to be a tad more specific. Oh, something pleasant about me. Well, that's a tad unexpected. Most people just try to get me to tell them the secrets of how magic was created, or something else that they don't need to know about. Do you have any suggestions on something that you'd like to know other than that? An apprentice. You could say that. I'll tell you about them. Actually, now that I think about it, I've got a better idea. We've got a long bus ride ahead of us. How about we test your powers by you wishing for the information? That way, you can see the full picture of information, and your abilities grow. Now, that piqued your interest. Okay. So, for this to work, call on as much of your power as possible, and in your mind, say the words, "I wish to know about the Lord of Magic's second, Ezra." Give it a chance, it'll work. There we go. That's something. Now, make the wish.
I now call this successor's test into order. I, Issac, King of the gods and Lord of light, shall watch with all of my fellow gods to see if you all have what it takes to someday sit upon our thrones. Failure comes with a heavy price, but to pass is to gain untold glory.
Even now, we still conduct this brutal test. For some reason, the God of Lightning still considers this a test of skill and confidence, rather than what it is.
So, Oneiros, I heard you found a diamond you'd like us all to see. What have you seen of this possible successor?
You'll see soon enough, my Lord of Light. Ezra definitely stands out amongst us. He conjured storms the likes I've rarely seen.
Oneiros, you know that it's not a good idea to pressure your candidates, right? Back then, I wasn't the shining godly figure I am now.
Well, Lord of Magic, when you decide to bring something worthy of our time, instead of sitting in your little castle playing with your toy, then maybe we'll listen to your advice. For now, shut up and watch.
Yes, my king. One by one, the names were called, and each successor displayed their power with unbelievable efficiency. Everyone but Ezra. Nothing happened when he tried to call on his power. Not a zap, not a spark. Nothing. When Oneiros saw this, he shot up from his throne and immediately got in the boy's face.
What the hell are you doing? Why aren't you using your power? Do you think it's cute to make me look like a fool? Stand the fuck up and show them what you can do.
I watched the boy's eyes fall to the floor and his voice shrink to barely a whisper.
Yes, Lord Oneiros.
After 4 failed attempts to call on his power, Isaac commanded all the successors to line up to be judged. When the time came for Ezra to be picked, no god wanted him. No god would even look at him. When the boy's eyes fell on the god of lightning, he wouldn't even so much as glance his way.
Ezra Wilson. For failing to create even a whisper of power and embarrassing your God, I hereby sentence you to death.
Even today, I never understood why they didn't see it. The boy's power was under too much pressure, so much so that it couldn't flow. Before Isaac could summon his weapon, I raised my hand and spoke up. I will take him. To this day, I'll never forget how each god and Ezra looked at me. But Ezra was the first to speak up.
Lord of Magic? Why?
Power that isn't properly cared for will not come when called. As time passed, Ezra and I became close. Day after day, I saw to his training and helped him wherever he needed. I nurtured his power until one day, while working on the limits of the universe's magic, he rushed into my study.
Lord Alphonse! Lord Alphonse!
I told you stop calling me that!
Never mind that, Lord. I've got something to show you. I did it! I finally did it! I can call on my powers!
Once I brought Ezra to the courtyard, the sapphire on his wrist began to glow, and a bow of golden blue formed in his palm. As he pulled the bow back to fire an arrow, the sound of a violin string being pulled back almost too far filled my ears. As the arrow flew, my eyes widened as the makeup of the arrow shifted its very element, from lightning to water to magic. It didn't hit me, of course, but there's no doubt that it changed the very makeup of magic itself. Your power is unrefined.
Yes, I know. But I will spend the rest of my life honing it and perfecting it for one reason alone. To better serve you, Master. You saved my life and even allowed me to live here with you. That is a debt I'll never be able to repay. But I can try.
He was true to his word. After years of intense and grueling training, that I'll admit I don't think he ever stopped. There wasn't a being amongst the gods who didn't know his name. To honor his efforts, I gave him a new title. Ezra Wilson. Title: The One-Shot Shifter. From then onward, I shifted to the use of more lightning-based magic to honor my apprentice and my closest friend for all his hard work and dedication.